Jenny, Craig, thank you very much for joining us in this very quick interview for Make More Placements. Very much appreciated. How are you guys?
Well, yeah. Very good. Yeah, very well, thank you.
Excellent, excellent. Jenny, I got the impression then that you were looking for Greg to give you permission to speak, because that's not what I thought, actually.
She knows her place.
No, I never do that. Yes, we're all good. All good, thank you.
Fantastic, fantastic. Hey, listen, just for people listening to this, so just give us an overview. The first question is, how many years combined have you got in the industry, in the recruitment search industry?
I'll let you take this one.
Okay, so combined between the two of us, we've got about 20 years in this industry, in the recruitment industry.
Wow, 20 years! I've got to say, guys, you don't look old enough.
Well, what did I have? I had about. I've been doing it since I was 21, and I'm 35, and then you've been in it for the last sort of 4 or 5 years, haven't you?
So primarily it's Jenny's got the majority of the experience there. We've done it across all disciplines as well. So since I started, two different, and you've done just about every type of recruitment going to.
Yes, so, every type. Yes.
Excellent, excellent. So you're a couple of vets then, old heads in terms.
Yeah, definitely. Yes.
So when you go back to the very first time we reached out to you, and I'm sure you remember it well, when we had that very first conversation on the phone, we talked about our program and how we could help you. I'm just curious, what were your initial reservations about working with us?
So for me, my initial reservation was, would it work? Would the program work? What would we benefit from it? Would we be learning stuff and being told stuff that we potentially may have already known? Because Craig comes from a marketing background anyway.
Yeah.
We were a little bit worried, thinking, well, are we going to get told stuff that we already know, but maybe we haven't implemented ourselves anyway? The cost, we kind of thought, cost, maybe is it a cost that we want going out? Was a bit of a thing for us, but all in all, it was more that, will it work? That was the biggest question.
I think that's it. Generally, will we see the results we want to see? Is it anything new?
Is anything new? Yeah. I think that fair reservations as well.
Yeah.
Come into it. Yeah. So good point. And how in total? How long have we been working together now? Is it a couple of months? I'd say.
It's going to be 3 months in 2 weeks.
Okay. Awesome. And what have been the benefits? I'll stay with you, Jenny. From your point of view, what have been the key benefits to you since we've been working together?
So for me, like I've said to you before, Terry, the benefits to me haven't just been business, but the benefits to me have been my life. And by that I mean the change in mindset. My whole mindset has been completely spun round. I've got a completely different outlook on the business now because of this program, a completely different outlook on how I want this business to go, what direction I want it to go. There's more structure. So that for me, they're the biggest things that I've got that have changed for me, and I enjoy it again. I enjoy this business again because of the results.
Is it fair to say, Jenny, stay with you, that prior to that, perhaps you'd fallen out of love with recruitment and what you were doing?
Absolutely, and myself to a point. I had no confidence, I had no self-esteem, I didn't like recruitment anymore, I didn't want to be in it anymore. I just thought what else can I do? I'm literally slogging my guts out every single day, hours and hours and hours and hours, and the only thing I got back was, well, hardly anything back, nothing promising anyway.
Yeah, especially in the current climate as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, excellent. Thank you for that, Jenny. What about you, Craig? What have been the key benefits?
It's been the consistency for us. So like Jenny was just saying, then there was times where it's a real lull, like anyone can associate with recruitment, and then now to have that consistency in place, to know the tools that we need and the formula to get there. It was mainly the consistency. It's having that agenda for each day and actually sticking to it. Structure and making it work.
Excellent.
And it worked. Yeah.
So it's the structure, the mindset, and we were talking off air, I think it was yesterday or the day before, and I think when you were saying that you've never had as many appointments with clients. Could you give us some idea of the sort of number of appointments you've got, say, for next week or you've had this week, just to give us some idea of the sort of numbers we're talking about?
Yep. So this week, I had 3 people booking with me off their own back. And I think I've had 4 that I've had booked in. Next week, I think I've got 7. It's actually come to a point now, I think I mentioned to you, Terry, where I'm having to actually look at my calendar to see when I've actually got available now. Whereas before I used to go, yeah, Tuesday at 10:30, let me check, knowing that it would be available.
Yeah.
Now I actually do have to look and think, no, I can't. I'm going to have to do something on a different day. The messages, the response from the stuff that we're sending out, the marketing, I literally can't keep up with the messages that are coming back. And you know that, because I said this to you last night. I said, I've just gone on, logged on again, and it's completely full again. My inbox is full. So I had to sit there all last night going back through them. I can't keep up.
So off the back of that, we so all the roles we had in previously, well, not all, say roughly half of the roles would always be a role that's been worked on previously, or we'd get it just as it's gone out there to potentially to another agency. Whereas now we've got our calendars booked well into next year. I mean, we're in November now, so well into next year, all for calls to take on new roles as and when they land, which we never ever had before. So
you're ahead of the game.
Yeah.
And these are appointments with hiring managers who are in the market for what you do.
Yeah, these are the in the industry that we hire for. They are the CEOs, they're the decision makers, and like I said, we're getting these roles completely and utterly fresh to us, but they know us as well. You know, they're not a cold call, and you know, we've just caught them on the right day. They know us, which is why this has happened.
Yeah, so, you know, we advocate that you should never cold call and beg for business. So you've got these appointments without any cold call, and that's fantastic. Yeah. And from your point of view, Craig, anybody listening to this and they're saying, well, I'm still not sure, what would you say to somebody listening to other recruitment to search business owners? I mean, you guys have got 20 years experience, you've got more appointments now than you've ever had before. What would be the message that you'd give to somebody listening to this that still wasn't sure?
Do you know what, I can completely relate to any reservations, because like I said, we probably shared the same reservations. And even when we did go ahead, it was a very exciting day when, you know, we had the call with yourself, Terry, and we went, right, we're going to go ahead. And we come away and it was almost like a bit of a buzz about it. We thought, great, I'm looking forward to get going, but still the reservations remained.
It's a nervous buzz.
So I can completely and utterly get how people would feel. My advice would be just to go with it. And like I say, I was probably a bit more of a tough one to crack than Jenny, because I came from a marketing background. So I was thinking that there's not going to be anything new or revolutionary here that's going to make me think, wow. But it's more specific to this industry, far more than I could acknowledge. So and there's more to just marketing. Like Jenny said, it's your mindset and everything. So I think go for it. You know, I would say just go for it, because it's more than worth it.
And say, just off the back of that, even though we've been in it 20 years, we have learned, I'd probably say 80% more than what we probably knew. And true. I am not from a marketing background, and you know what I do now is I enjoy it now. I actually enjoy it, and you know, it's like the posts and things on LinkedIn. For now, it's just part of my daily routine.
It's a big plus as well, being part of the community, you know, the recruitment community. So you can put things out there, any queries, anything you're not unsure of. You almost feel like, because before, especially for myself, not so much for Jenny, because I wasn't from a recruitment background as long as Jenny has, I'd often think, is that the right way to do this, or have I done that right? Or, you know, I wonder what the big guys do, or some of the larger recruitment companies that would do compared to what we do. And having that community to lean upon just sort of you know, lightens them questions, really, so we know we are on the right track and we are doing the right things as well. So being able to chuck questions out there and actually have a response rather than frantically Google it, or
it's for us as well, it's the group calls and the one-to-ones. They are the things that we look forward to, and they're the things that when we come away from it, we are buzzing. And maybe, well, you've got a different way of showing it, but I'm on air. I'm not walking on ground anymore. It's crazy. It's a crazy feeling.
So you got the love back, the enthusiasm back. Interesting about the community from the other recruiters in the group. And I know, Jenny, 4 or 5 days ago, you had a bit of a challenge that you posted in the group, and I thought some of the feedback you got from some old heads was absolutely fantastic. One in particular, Jeremy's feedback, by the way, I won't go into the exact details. I thought he was spot on.
He was. And without that group and without that knowledge, that, because I wouldn't have responded the way I did, so because of that, it changed my whole reaction to how I was going to go forward with that issue, and the result worked.
It worked, yeah. What's that piece of business worth to you?
21,000.
£21,000 business from the feedback from the group. Awesome. Absolutely fantastic. That's great, guys. Listen, anything else you want to share before we wrap up? Is there anything you want to share with anybody other guys out there?
I mean, I want to say from my side of things, I've said this to you a few times. I think it's been life changing for me. I feel like I'm getting emotional.
I think generally, especially Jenny's taken more from myself because of the mindset aspect. Because she was more sales focused than I was. I'm the talent specialist. I do the recruiting generally. So Jenny brings the roles in, and that's how we work. So for her, it was about, it's hard to take anyone in a sales situation. It's hard to take constant rejection, and cold calls don't work, and people don't take them lightly. So
especially they don't know you.
It's quite taxing, and I think that's why Jenny's seen emotion there, because to be able to just get rid of that, put into new processes that actually work and actually help you build these amazing relationships with the clients. Just to be respected and actually talk to some high-level CEOs about what we can offer them, and it makes all the difference.
Yeah.
And in fairness, Jenny, and I get, we talked offline about knocked your confidence or whatever. That it is, as Craig said, that constant rejection and to get lost. It's inevitable, and there are so many recruiters out there that have had their confidence knocked because they're doing this year after year. It's constant rejection, and the fact that you can get away with that, it's quite understandable that you would be emotional now, just not to have to.
That's it. And it's like I said, it's the mindset as well, because my mind was in the gutter. I just felt like I had nothing left to give, and even like I say, in personal life, I even felt in my personal life I just couldn't be asked with anything anymore.
It reflected upon that, didn't it?
It did. It brought me down in every aspect, not just work. It was everything was negative. So I think what it has done is I just look at things in a different light now. So
it's like bullets; it just bounces off rubber bullets.
Yep, even the kids.
That's good. Awesome. Listen, Jenny, Craig, thank you so much indeed for sharing that. And
that's okay, no problem.
Recruiters, and long may it continue, guys. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you very much, Terry.
I'm just going to turn it off, and then